All right, good morning. I'm meteorologist Colleen Peterson alongside meteorologist Sam Gabrielli. We are going to be showing you around the radar and tracking out those storms. So we'll pop up in just about a second, checking the sound, and our sound looks good. So feel free to comment below. We have the chat pulled up if you have any questions at all. We'll be answering them for you throughout the day. So here's a look at the radar. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is going to be a nasty setup throughout the day today. Multiple rounds of rain, and the main risk will be flooding.
Yeah, the main risk is going to be flooding here. We're going to be talking about, I was on the weather base this morning, and we were on River Road in portions of Louisville where some areas are kind of flood prone, and we're already kind of noticing a lot of ponding of the water on the road, some hydroplaning too, and it's only going to get worse, obviously, with the amount of rain that we get dumped on with today throughout the area here, Colleen. So here's a look at radar this morning so far. Notice that, look at all that energy off to the southwest that we're going to be dealing with.
And that's just going to continue along that same track, replacing one storm after the other. Here's a closer view at that radar. Seeing some stronger storms passing through Hardinsburg, E-Town, but not seeing any lightning with it. This is just some heavy downpours right along the front. Probably going to see some gusty conditions as well with it. So heads up E-Town, Sonora, Hodgenville, Springfield. You have some rougher weather on the way. I know it's been pretty quiet off in central Kentucky and farther south, but as the day goes on, you'll start to hear some of those heavier showers. We have not seen any reports of flash flooding, but we'll continue to keep you updated if one happens to be issued.
Exactly. We just still have that flood watch in effect through Saturday afternoon or so. 2 o'clock is when it's set to expire across our area. So we don't have any current ongoing kind of imminent flash flood warnings posted or anything like that. But we've already picked up a decent amount of rainfall. I just looked it up. The Ali International has picked up 7/10 of an inch so far, and we have much more on the way, of course. Here's the flood watch a little bit closer.
Yeah, I thought I was trying to
radar
come
real
up.
quick.
Where is that rain total? Go down a little bit. It's somewhere in my show. You know what? It's a different hit.
We'll find it.
We'll find it. We'll find it. But yeah, we've definitely, radar has estimated over 2 inches have fallen in Indiana already. So we are definitely looking at that flooding threat throughout the day. And that flood watch, again, is in effect for Nelson County up through Indiana. So flooding is likely in the areas highlighted in green there on the map, and we'll continue to watch that, especially as the night goes on into tomorrow morning when it's supposed to be the worst.
Right, which is interesting here, Colleen. So basically, if you live north of the parkways, you have the best chance of dealing with flooding. But if you live south of the parkways, you have the best shot of maybe dealing with some severe weather that we're going to be watching as we progress into the day. But basically, all of us have a good chance for possibly picking up an isolated, strong to severe storm, maybe some wind gusts up to 60 to 65 miles an hour. But then again, flooding rain is going to be the primary kind of thing to watch, of course, with this whole system.
Yeah, so as promised, here is the radar estimated rain totals as it loads for a second. Our system has been very slow today. 1.5 inches estimated. This is not exact. This is just what the radar has picked up and estimated for how much rain we've seen. So Indiana is definitely seeing the worst of it, and they're likely going to see the worst of the flooding as we head on here over the next 24 hours. So bands of rain will continue as we head throughout the day. But let's go ahead and walk you through that forecast here over the next few hours. The rain will be continuous. You're going to have to find that 10-15 minute window where it's dry to let that dog outside. So heavy downpours, flood risk throughout the morning. Still at 10 o'clock, that rain we're seeing now is going to be in Munfordville, areas farther to the south in central Kentucky. Once we head towards the afternoon, still going to see it. Forecast model updated, trending wetter until 6 p.m. That's maybe that window where we'll get more than an hour break.
Yep, brief break in the activity, but regardless, everybody's going to be looking at their radars on their phones left and right during the day today.
Yeah, so tomorrow morning, or 9:30 tonight, we are expecting the flooding risk to be the highest, as well as the chance of seeing stronger storms. So really what we're going to see today, classic rain, nothing severe until we head later tonight. So 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. is that window, that last line, that batch that will be producing winds possibly 60 miles per hour or greater. And the areas really are highlighted farther south. So I'm going to highlight the areas that could see the stronger storms from Bardstown down to Campbellsville, Litchfield, in the middle of the night tonight, so make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings. Although the risk for tornadoes is very low.
Yeah.
We might see a brief spin up, but damaging winds is that main risk with flash flooding, and also flooding in the rivers is also potential out there.
Yeah, basically you might be caught off guard if you're out late tonight with the heavy rain moving in right around 11 o'clock to about midnight here in Louisville along I-65 in general today.
Yeah, so the rain will be clearing out by 5 a.m. tomorrow. The wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour throughout the day on Saturday. So we have Bachfest going on Saturday.
It'll be windy.
Uncomfortably windy because wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour. I'm sure there's going to be tents up there, so that might cause some issues with that event, but at least we'll stay dry with no rain in that forecast. So rain totals is really going to be ranging from 2 to 4 inches in the areas that continuously see the heaviest of rain. So you can see it's going to vary. Just know 1 to 2 inches. Some spots down in Campbellsville, maybe a half to an inch. So really it's targeting right along the river of seeing the most rain.
Exactly. So it will be one of those things where if you live by a river, creek, or stream, maybe you have property, that is prone to flooding, please make sure you're just using caution with this event today.
Yeah, so thankfully we haven't seen any flooding, but we are expecting the worst time window later tonight through tomorrow morning. So looking at the severe weather outlook, it's mainly going to be a rain event for us more than seeing those stronger storms. The strongest storms will be through Memphis, Jackson, the south, and portions of the southern plains. For us here locally closer, south of Jefferson County, so Bardstown, E-Town, again, the areas that I highlighted on that forecast model. Overnight tonight could see some stronger storms, so it looks like to be an overnight event for that main event that we are tracking tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just one of those things, don't get your guard down too much, and we're looking pretty good so far right now when it comes to temperatures. It's not too cold out there, not too warm, of course, but we're just generally dealing with a gloomy outlook if it's not raining, of course. But a big temperature spread, upper 40s towards Mitchell in the Orange County area, Lawrence County, but you look down to the south towards Mumfordville, Hart County, Taylor, and Adair counties, we're already getting into the middle 60s at this hour.
Yeah, a warm front is lifting north through that area, so that's why they have the more favorable conditions of seeing stronger storms tonight, because they have a more unstable atmosphere. But for us here locally, mid to upper 50s, so it is warm. It's muggy outside. I haven't said that word here since
yeah, it's been a little bit.
Last summer, I felt like it's sticky. It's muggy. I feel gross. But welcoming spring back with a lot of rain, so
yes,
it might be too much rain for farmers.
Yeah.
So one last thing before we go, if you have any questions, Marty says, luckily I got the dog out for his morning walk during the recent rain break. Good.
Oh, good.
That's good. I'm glad your dog, because my dog hates rain. So yeah, one of those days where you have to find those breaks. If you look outside and it's not raining, take that opportunity, because there's a good chance that it would start raining shortly. Flood warning has been upgraded from a minor to a moderate flood stage forecast. So that's on Saturday, not seeing it now, but after we see all this rain, it usually takes a little while for it to all flood down to the water, to the river. So Muscatatuck River through North Vernon. If you live immediately along the river, just bring the cars up to higher ground. Really.
Yep, exactly. Just use common sense in this kind of stuff, and just don't travel in areas, and obviously don't travel if the road is flooded completely. It's just not worth that risk.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and I'm not seeing many questions, so we're going to go ahead and leave you on this radar loop. This is the first of many showers and storms that we are expecting throughout the day today, with that main risk being flooding. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to my Facebook page, Meteorologist Colleen, Peterson, and Meteorologist Sam.